So if you're ready, how to end the I, me, mine? The random arisings that constitute this rasa must be seen without labeling, without an attender, without a center. Then only the I, me, mine can get destroyed. It can happen only on true insight. If you don't recognize this whole process of how I, me, mine comes up and then how it identifies with perception, sensation, thought and feeling, and how that creates suffering and how that keeps dragging the story, and there is no end to this suffering. If you don't see all this, that means you don't have true insight. So you have to have true insight as a prerequisite before you are able to end the I, me, mine. There is no methodology. Ekta will give me a methodology. Ekta will give me a technique. No. You have tried all techniques on the Dvaitam path. There is no process. It must be done instantly. Now. And if you really have true insight, you will take the support of the viper of the now. You know, now keeps wiping away arisings. Keeps wiping away arisings. That is your only tool. Yeah, you can call it the viper of the now or the viper of the rasa. Like you have a viper on the dashboard of the car that keeps wiping and cleaning the glass. Like that, the now wipes away every arising. That should be the tool. That should be my tool. Keep wiping away every arising and be very vigilant that the I, me, mine does not jump in and claim ownership and then create a story about it. No, it's wiped away. Immediately, instantly, now, end the I, me, mine. There is no process, no procedure, no technique. Yeah, you cannot give mind the chance of creating a story about time and in time I will learn the skill and I will get there. No. In that instant, before the viper wipes away the dirt of the arising, recognize identification happens, tadatma happens there, in that little window, in that little instant. If this tadatma can be ended, the I, me, mine can be ended instantly. There is no methodology, there is no technique. Because technique implies time, methodology implies time, process implies time. Time does not exist only. Time is also an idea, an arising which comes up like a wave and dissolves. It gets wiped away. Yeah, so this has to be done instantly. But how will you do it? There is no doer. Who is going to do it? All that remains is the false assumption of I, me, mine. There is no doer that has to do this. Only the false assumption of I, me, mine, that is standing tall, needs to be allowed to be wiped away by the rasa. The rasa does it anyways. You do not do it. Get out of this false doership idea that has been created. It was just an invention of that psychological development through time. This will happen, then that will happen, then one day enlightenment will happen, then all this will shed away, then I will get there. No, this is all psychological development through time. It's a false assumption. It needs to be let go. And letting go is immediate. And you don't have to do anything. You are not. When you are not, how can you do? Allowing the wiper of the now to erase the arising. Simply allowing. Letting the false assumption that comes up in that little window, before the wiper wipes the arising, in this little window, the I, me, mine has come up. Allow it to get wiped before you jump in and grasp and create a false story. Just allowing. There is no doing. There is simply being. You be and it will automatically get wiped. The next arising will come up and the wiper of the now will wipe it away without you doing anything. You cannot do anything. You are not the doer. The Rasa is the all-doer. It wipes away again and again and again. You simply drop the false assumption of I, me, mine. You see, it's not a doing. Jumping in and assuming to be the I, assuming something to be mine, that is a doing. You're not even not doing. You're simply not getting fooled by the illusion that you got fooled by earlier. Simple. You're simply being. That is the meaning of being. B-E-I-N-G. Being. Simply being. Simply being with the now. The arising comes, the wiper of the now wipes it away. Arising comes, the wiper of the now wipes it away. Simply being. Do you get it? The wiping of the now instantly, immediately ends the I, ends the me, ends the mine. Before even it is born, it ends it. This immediacy, this instant mechanism belongs to the Rasa. The Rasa is the all-doer. I am not, I cannot do. The immediacy is the now. Now again, remember, this immediacy is evident only if I have true insight. If I don't have true insight, I will not be able to recognize and be with it. I will not be able to simply be. Just being will not be a possibility. So part 1, do I have the true insight? Then part 2, can I simply be and allow the wiper of the now to wipe away the arising? Thus, effectively it ends the I, me, mine. I did not do anything to end the I, me, mine. It happened. It's a doing without a doer. Very clear? Immediacy is clear. Yeah? This immediacy has been termed as instant enlightenment, if you've heard this word before. But we must not give room to these labels also, because then new story, oh, one day I will get instantly enlightened. No, again, you've gone back to stories, you started creating labels, you started collecting stuff. Now I'm telling you, empty out. You cannot collect any more labels, any more stories. Then you are not eligible to even move forward with Atma Darshan if you want to keep collecting. No. Now I have to empty it out, empty out. No labels, no stories, nothing. I have past stories that I had labeled. They will come back and knock my door. Recognize it as a Mara attack. The attack of Maya. In Pali, Mara. In Sanskrit, Maya. It is going to knock my door. Attack, attack, attack. Why? Because I fed that story in the past. Again, observe it. Observation without an observer. Seeing without a seer. Attention without an attender. Functioning without a center. Observe that big attack as another arising. Let the wiper of the now wipe it away. It's a doing without a doer. Is this very clear? From this angle, if we look at the knowledge, from this angle, then only can you understand chapter 9. Yes, but don't label. You just allow the process of the wiper of the now to wipe away the arising. Don't label. Just recognize that this will happen, and Ekta is giving me a warning that because I fed the labels in the past to some story, I don't know what that story is for you. You have to see your personal story. It's going to be a very strong attachment that will come up as an arising. The formula is the same. Allow the wiper of the now to wipe it away without indulging in the story again. Without saying, oh, he did this, she did this, then this happened, this shouldn't have happened, I shouldn't have done this, blah, blah, blah. And I've gone into story again. It was only a memory. The person is not there. Only a memory attacks me. Allowing it to simply get wiped away, fizzle away. Allowing it again and again to get wiped away, again and again to get wiped away. The non-doer needs to become stronger. The non-doer in me is very weak. The doer is stronger. And the doer is only an idea, a concept, does not exist. Yeah? The non-doer needs to be strengthened. And non-doership will strengthen by simply allowing the Rasa to do its job. It's the Rasa doing its job, wiping away again and again, moment to moment. We started this session minutes ago. It's all wiped away. Do you see that? That is the truth. Recognizing that, honoring that truth and being with it without creating a story. Don't even label this as a Mara attack. That is also a story. Simply allowing it to wipe away and seeing that it's getting wiped away and being with that. Initially, there'll be a restlessness. The I wants to say, he should have not done this, she should have not done this. It wants to grab a story. It wants to emphasize its being, existing. मैं हूँ, होने का एहसास. It wants to say I am. How dare you say I am not? Yeah? Just recognize that little restlessness in it, the feverishness, the dance, the whole turmoil that goes on. Yeah? Recognize that turmoil and see even that turmoil gets wiped away. This is the key. Just be. Just be. Just intellectually saying just being is not going to do it. It was only an idea, a concept until now. You didn't know who had to just be. The I had to just be. No. You were understanding it wrong. The I had to collapse. That is the just being. The I had to get wiped away by the now, by the Rasa. That is being, B-E-I-N-G. Very clear? Yeah. What I mean by not even labeling it as a Mara attack. Ekta just gave me this as a warning that it will come up. The person is not in the room, but the memory of the person is coming up as a very strong arising. It's nothing but a thought. Thought is nothing but the rasa. Rasa is nothing but the now, and the wiper of the now wipes it away. Simply see it. Don't speak to yourself in these words again. That is also labeling. I hope this is becoming very clear. There is no speaking, no self-talk. Simply seeing it get wiped away. Just like you saw 47 minutes of this knowledge get completely wiped away. There is only the now. Only the now. The knowledge that was told in these 47 minutes has been created as a story. There is only a memory of that. Observe it, and that gets wiped away moment to moment, moment to moment, moment to moment. The I tries to hold on to it. Oh, I am the spiritual seeker. I am holding on to the spiritual knowledge. Do you see that? Even on the spiritual path, you're seeking that validation, that confirmation, that affirmation. Something should confirm I am. At least I am the spiritual seeker. No, I am not. I am not. I am not. This is the truth. At this stage, at chapter 9, you have to gather the courage to recognize I am not. There will be a little turmoil, little restlessness, and an earthquake will happen, and then it will settle. Going through the earthquake without getting shattered. That means you have learned to be with the Rasa. Has this opened up more today? Has the Rasa become very clear? It is happening on account of the Rasa. The learning is a wave. I cannot say I am learning or I am not learning. Saying I am not learning is also wrong. Assuming I am not learning is also a wrong idea. The learning is happening. The wisdom is arising and falling. The understanding is happening and falling. Even not understanding. For some, there is no understanding. So even the not understanding is a wave which arises and falls. There is no I that is learning. There is no I that is understanding. There is no I that is not understanding. There is no I that is even retaining the memory. Memory is also a wave that arises and falls. Story is also a wave that arises and falls. There is no I. When there is no I, there is no question of a personal agenda at all. That is the assumption that needs to be let go of. That's like a false idea. That's like seeing a mirage in the desert far away because the sun is shining on the top of the hot sand and the heat waves reflect the sunlight in such a way that it looks like water. But this whole understanding that it is water is wrong, correct? It's wrong. There is no water there. So when I go closer, I recognize, oh, there is no water. That also arises like a wave. I cannot claim that I am the one letting go of a belief of water over there. No, there is no I. It is an arising. It came and it went. So this opens up a very different perspective that whatever happened in life, good, bad, ugly, beautiful, right, wrong, everything that I claimed ownership of and I blamed myself or I took the credit of success, all of it was lies. All of it was lies. Nothing was, because nothing is. If it really was, it should have been there now. It is not. The wiper of the now wiped it away. It wasn't. Therefore, it isn't. So the I that claimed ownership of that and attributed that success or failure to itself, that complete idea collapses. There is no doer also who's letting the idea collapse or making the idea collapse. That is also simply an arising, simply being. Just be and acknowledge the truth. Have the courage to say what it is. Have the courage to call a spade a spade. Which means letting go of all the credibility that, I was holding on to. See, I did this. This is mine. I created this. All this goes away from you. Even the credibility of, I have come to Advaita level 3. See, I am so great. That is also taken away from you. Got nothing to do with you. You do not exist only. This is honoring the Rasa. This is recognizing the Rasa. Clear? So there is no question of personal agenda. There was no question of personal agenda before also. The idea of personal agenda was assumed. And now saying there is no personal agenda means you're still assuming personal agenda. Yeah, so no labels at all. Saying there is personal agenda means there is assumption of personal agenda. Saying that there is no personal agenda is also the assumption of personal agenda. There is no possibility of a personal agenda. Just like there is no possibility of that water, which was simply the light shining on the hot sand. Have I made myself clear? Yeah, this is opening up a little more. It takes a lot of courage. This step is a very courageous step. Ashtavakra says to Janaka, be a Veera. Be the courageous one. Totapuri told Ramakrishna Paramhansa, take the sword of wisdom and cut Kali's neck. Kill Kali, kill goddess Kali. That kind of courage is required. I am telling you to pick up the sword of wisdom and kill your family, kill your money, kill your name, fame, kill the idea of existence. Kill your spiritual path, kill that idea of I am a spiritual seeker. Kill that idea of I am a good person. Completely murder all these ideas because they don't exist. They don't exist. Do you have the courage to pick up the sword and kill your Kali? Do you? This is a question that you must ask yourself. It is just letting go, no? I'm holding on to ideas. I'm holding on to concepts. I'm holding on to words. For example, I'm holding on to a story. Holding on to the word personal agenda. There's no question of a person. So there's no question of a personal. So there's no question of a personal agenda. Yeah? This being able to break this down and see very clearly, oh, where am I going? Again, I'm going back to the same way. So now that you are a spiritual seeker at a higher level, how does the attack of Mara happen? It happens with neti. I am not this anymore. I am not the doer. I am not the experiencer. There is no question of doer and experiencer only. See this. Till now, we use these words to bring you to this level. Now you have to work at a higher level, no? You have to go higher. There is no question of a doer. There's no question of an experiencer. So there's no question of doership or experiencership. So you cannot take the credit, I am not a doer or I am not an experiencer and hence I don't have a personal agenda. Again, you've created a spiritual story. Yeah. You see how deep this is going now? Yeah. So give yourself some benefit of doubt that the mind has been wrapped by stories for such a long time. It has been encapsulated by these stories. So it's going to take a little bit of courage for me to pick up that sword and just cut down stories. Cut. You're not really doing anything. You're simply not believing in the idea that you believed. It's that simple. You're simply allowing the rasa to do its job of wiping away the story of doer, wiping away the story of not the doer also, wiping away the story of experiencer, wiping away the story of not the experiencer also, wiping away the story of a person and wiping away the story of personal. Simply being. Is this a little more clear? How deep this is? Yes? So that's why I will insist that you do not rush. Okay, I'm ready for chapter 10 after chapter 9. No. Be with it. Be with it. Be with it. And test yourself in the daily routine with the spouse, with the child, with the parent, with the neighbor, with the boss, with work, with all your achievements, with the bank accounts and the way it has been growing or the way it has been diminishing, with everything, even your spiritual so-called progress. Can I keep taking this sword? You're not really doing it. Can I just be and allow the rasa to wipe it away? Wipe it away, wipe it away. And do I have the courage to go through the turbulence that happens because the I, me mind wants to come up because of past habit, wants to jump in, and it's very smart. Okay, it gets smarter with the way you get smarter. It's equal smartness. It's going to start saying, see, I am not the doer. This is also a label, not the doer. Yeah, I am not the experiencer anymore. See, I didn't react to the family member. I didn't react. I'm not the experiencer. Story. Again, I'm stuck in a story. Are you seeing how deep this is? Yes. When there is wiping away of the now, there is simply silence. You cannot say anything. There is simply silence. There is no more labeling. Simply silence. Yeah, of course, when I have to convey the point to you, I am using that there is no doership, no experiencership. But these are not the labels that come up for you when you see the wiper wipe away the now. If a story comes up, saying, see, I allowed the wiper to wipe away the now. I allowed. Again, the doer has come up. I allowed. No, Ekta was just explaining to me. She has to communicate in some words, correct? Yeah. When she's communicating in some words, it creates a story in the mind. It creates a concept in the mind of what the rasa is. And now I'm trying to perceive the rasa through the concept, through the story, through her words. Perception of the rasa through the concept of the rasa is not actual seeing. Actual seeing just leads to silence. It's like, huh. But if Ekta just says, ha, it's not going to work, no? Ekta has to explain it in words. Yeah, she just can't come there, sit in front of me and say, ha. Yeah. So, do not attempt to see the rasa through the concept created from the borrowed knowledge of Ekta. She is going to explain it in some words. Attempt to see the rasa. Just see, actual seeing. Without a seer, without an observer, without an attender, without a center. This is called functioning from the periphery, or better is operating without a center. Because now at the periphery also you want to create a concept. Where am I at the periphery? No, you are not. You are not. Don't try to find yourself at the periphery. So, best is to say operating without a center. Clear? Only if this becomes clear in your seeing will you understand verses of chapter 9.